Hey, it's Attorney Justin Lovely, MyrtleBeachBikerLawyer.com, and I'm here with the biker dad, Chris Best. How's it going, man?
It's awesome. Myrtle Beach is fantastic. I love it here. The weather's a little bit hotter than it was for the fall rally, but still, it's a little cooler than it is back home in Alabama, so that's nice.
So this is your second rally, because you came obviously down here with us in October. But what do you think comparing the fall rally to the spring rally as far as the amount of bikers out here?
Well, I keep hearing, because I've been here twice, fall was the first time, I keep hearing this might be one of the biggest rallies ever, and it's definitely one of the biggest in the past 5 or 10 years. People are back in full force. They're over the COVID stuff. They just want to have fun and be together. And it's not even just about partying and bikes. It's about the brotherhood that we have as bikers. And you can really feel it here. I go all over the country, and this is the South Carolina. People are friendly. Even the people who come here from New York, which I met a guy, Tom, who follows me from New York down here. He's like, hey, that's Biker Dad. And we hung out here for a minute. When you come down here from New York, you suddenly aren't a New Yorker. You become a friendly Southerner. It's awesome. It's a great vibe.
Yeah, and that's cool. And it's grown. I mean, we've been doing the biker rallies for years down here. We've been at Harley. We've been at Beaver Bar for years, and this is definitely popping off down here.
Yeah, I met a guy named Lee, and he's behind the Myrtle Beach Rally Facebook page and group, and I think that kind of grassroots attention to the whole thing has really helped build everything up online, on social, and actually in real life. As you see here, it's 10 o'clock. There's bikes already lined up.
Yeah, and people are coming by you've never met before. They've seen your show. We're seeing people from years past stopping by the booth. That's awesome. Tell everybody about your show, man. I mean, we got in early on it. We've helped you grow it, but it's really taken off.
Yeah, it's Biker Dad TV. I've been doing the Biker Dad blog for about 10 years. I was doing it for other people, for TV stations, and I decided, no, I'm gonna make some money off this and quit my job and ride motorcycles and tell stories. And I believe that you were the second market to sign up. I live in Mobile, Alabama, and we put it on there first. But then, thanks to the Myrtle Beach Biker Lawyer, the lovely law firm, and people like you across the country, we're expanded to about 10 cities. We're working on about 5 more right now. I think by the end of the year, it's going to be in 25 markets or so. Everything as small as Dothan, Alabama, to Chicago, Illinois, and potential reach of 30, 40 million people. So it's awesome. It's always been big on social media for quite some time, but to be able to use my experience in 25 years in television news to make a great kick-ass TV show that works everywhere bikers are. And really, it's not a show about motorcycles, as we say all the time. It's about people, the people you see here. There's little kids here, bikers helping kids with cancer, bikers helping veterans, all kinds of stuff. It's really about the good things that bikers do, and just kick-ass biker stuff too. People doing burnouts and stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, we're running on Fox every Saturday and Sunday, I believe. So yeah, we're on there, and it's a great show. We've been doing it for over a year now. So our audience loves it. It's really cool, and it's a 30-minute show. And like you're right, it just talks about things that we're doing back in the community, things that you're doing, in Mobile. Really, and you got correspondence. You're starting to grow that network everywhere. So that's really cool too. So tell us about this bike right here, man, and this logo. Tell us about that. I know you've talked about it before, but if somebody's never saw you before, what's up with your logo?
So this is I call this the logo. I'll be honest, and it's not a ripoff, but it's inspired by Grateful Dead. Steal your face for sure. I call this logo Grateful Dad, as a matter of fact. The original one, which is actually painted on the back of the fender, has the skyline of Memphis here. But when I started doing this, I went from 0 to 1,000 followers in a week, and then 30,000 followers in a month, and realized they're all over the globe. So I went from that local Memphis thing to put the American flag on there, and people love it in the Philippines, even with the American flag on it. But this bike in particular, I bought this brand new, 7, 8 years ago now. It was my first Harley I bought. It was black. It was flat black. And when I moved from Houston to Memphis, I started doing the Biker Dad blog, and it blew up pretty fast, like I said, and I got to ride this on the front steps of Graceland as part of the hog rally there, and get my picture taken on it. And my daughter named the bike Elvis, so this is Elvis.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was flat black. I took it to get the oil changed at my friend's shop in Memphis, which is no longer there anymore, but it was Leatherwood Motorcycle Works. Dropped it off at Christmas, came back home, it was no longer black. It was blue, and it had the Biker Dad logo on the tank. Well, after 7 or 8 years of driving this all over the country, the paint started looking like crap. So I decided to refresh it. And my friend Garrett with Black Sprocket Garage, I just gave it to him and said, do something cool with it. And he did. And I think it's awesome. It's still a little bit of a work in progress. It's almost done. We painted everything blue, red, white, and blue. A couple of the cool touches that you're not going to really see on any other bike. We painted the crash bar. Just look at every crash bar, even the $100,000 custom bikes down there.
Yeah.
They're black or chrome.
Right.
So, like, let's do something crazy. So we painted that, and I took the turn signals off, and we wired them into the crash bar, so it's really low profile. Those things are really bright, though, so you can really see them at night. We put a high-profile sissy bar. It's covered up by my vest. Painted the bags. The bags weren't really painted. I had, like, some vinyl stripes on there. One of the cool things that we haven't done yet is I got, when I went down to Orange County Choppers, which is down in the Tampa area, Paul Tuttle hung out with us, from Orange County Choppers, the famous bike builder. And he was putting this really cool dragon tail on a bike that he was selling at Burst Barracuda. And he had practiced it a couple times because he's a perfectionist, and there were other dragon tails laying on the floor. Picked one up and gave it to me. So we're putting it on this bike. We haven't done that yet. The most recent thing we did is blacked out the handlebars and put these meat hanger handlebars, inverted the mirrors, and this bike, after almost 10 years of having it, is done. We'll see if it's really done.
It's never done.
But the coolest thing, and you can see some video on our Facebook page and YouTube channel and everything. So we did this project, and my friend's garage, he just does it out of his backyard, blew up. He had like 20 people right away hiring him to paint stuff, and his bike was packed full of stuff. But he also had another bike of mine that we dug out of a pile of junk. It's covered in like this much dirt, junk. It was a 2006 Heritage Softail, but it only had 10,000 miles on it. So we pulled it out of there. We could have just washed it and sold it for like $8,000.
Yeah.
Got it for a song. But we were like, that's boring. So we made a really kick-ass, one-of-a-kind Cholo bike for almost nothing. So we're going to try to do these projects where, these bikes that are $100,000 down here are really cool. We're going to make one-of-a-kind custom bikes and make them available to normal guys.
Yeah.
Like for less than you could buy this bike new, you're going to have a custom bike. So it's one of the things that we're trying to build.
Yeah.
So that Heritage that we built, if you went into the showroom at a Harley dealer right now to just buy one plain, it's $22,000. This bike could sell for $15,000 or $18,000, and it's 100%. Everything's new on it, custom built from the ground up, and that's what we're trying. We're going to start making cheap choppers that anybody can afford.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And they can follow your journey on social. That's awesome. Everybody can see you there. You can see you on YouTube and, of course, on TV. And here locally, you can catch us on the Fox Network right now. We're on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. And if you're seeing this after Bike Week, come back and see us in October. We're in the community. Chris is everywhere, and we'll catch you later.